On the news today, Governor Mba congratulates Enugu State-born Miss Universe, Nigeria, Chidinma Adesina. President Tinubu arrives Brazil to attend the 19th Heads of State and Government Summit. On business news, Eco Electricity Distribution Company denies extorting customers. On the foreign scene, Bangladesh's interim leader, Yunus, appeals for the election roadmap after reforms. Our special report is on Aba International Trade Fair. Details of these and more coming ahead, and from Enugu, Nigeria to the rest of the world, good afternoon and welcome to Afia TV News Today. My name is Alex Obodo. Ahead of the 75th anniversary of the Eva Valley Coal Miners Massacre, the Enugu State government, through the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, is set to reinstall the statue of the miners at the New Market, Enugu. This was disclosed by the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism in Enugu State, Dame Ugochi Madueke, in a phone interview with Afia TV's chief correspondent, Natalie Oku.
The Enugu State government, through the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, is set to reinstall the Eva Valley Coal Miners Massacre Monument ahead of Memorial Day on Monday. The structure where the statue is expected to be placed at New Market in Enugu is undergoing rapid completion. In a phone interview with Afia TV on Sunday, the Enugu State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Demugochi Madueke, disclosed that efforts are being made to ensure its completion to allow for the reinstallation of the statue in time for the 75th memorial of the victims of the massacre. The memorial serves as a day to remember the miners who were shot on this day in 1949 for demanding their rights. According to the contractor in charge of the roundabout structure, Honorable Christopher Ezema, the company was given 5 days to complete the construction.
His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Ketan Simba, is desirous of reinstalling the coal miners that its structures were removed some few months ago, or a year and a half ago. The people of Enugu want the structure to be back. And through the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, the state is celebrating the memorial of the victims on 18th November every year. So this year's memorial celebration is coming up tomorrow, and the company was given 5 days or 6 to finish this reconstruction, and you see that at the end of the 5 days we will complete this before 6 o'clock, ready for use tomorrow. The sculpture is coming back this evening by 6. They are bringing it back from IMT where it is kept to mount it.
Despite the timeline, the site engineer, Tengo Ekene, maintains that the structure is 90% complete.
And as you can see, the level we have gotten to, we are doing the tiling, is ongoing. This is the cone, and that is the reverse cone, the inverted cone. And we've been able to make all the necessary arrangements. The statue is on its way coming, and I believe in a few hours it will be installed. And then we are just doing some finishing touches, so the job is 90% concluded.
Recall that the dismantling of the Iva Valley Massacre monument last year, reportedly by the previous administration, caused significant concern in the state. The statue, which was designed in memory of the coal miners killed by shooting because they protested for higher wages for their labor in 1949, was transferred to the Art Department of the Institute of Management and Technology. In Enugu, Nathali Uku, reporting for Afia TV.
Enugu State Governor Peter Ndubuisimba has urged African leaders to embrace Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe's ideologies to foster a vibrant economy, a united and integrated Africa. He made the statements during the 13th annual Zik lecture series with the theme, Zik's Legacies and the Rising Social Movements in Africa, Rethinking Regional Integration in Africa, which took place at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. Government House correspondent Chidinma Madu reports that with a projection growth of about 850 million youths in Africa by 2050, a call on African leaders has been made to revive the ideals of Pan-Africanism, inclusiveness and selflessness, championed by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nigeria's first president, to drive the continent's progress by investing in youth development and job creation. Enugu State Governor Peter Mba highlighted Azikiwe's commitment to unity and public service, citing examples such as Azikiwe's support for non-Easterners and his efforts toward African integration. He lamented that these ideals have faded, slowing down regional integration in Africa. The guest lecturer, African Union High Representative, former Special Representative of United Nations Secretary General and President of ECOWAS, Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim Ibn Chambers, looked into the challenges and the ongoing conflicts in Africa, which have left the continent struggling with its own issues. He advocates that the ideas of the influential African leaders, Zik of Africa, will end the unnecessary rivalry between African nations and achieve maximum peace and prosperity. Dr. Chambers said Zik's modeled ideas will contribute immensely in the integration of Africa. Unity and values. Highlight is the cutting of the 120th posthumous birthday cake of Chief Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. And still in Enugu, the governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, has congratulated Enugu State-born Miss Universe, Nigeria, Chidinma Onwe Adeshino, on her emergence as the first runner-up at the Miss Universe 2024 pageant in Mexico, saying she has demonstrated the perseverance and courage for which the people of the state were known. Mba, who had earlier received Miss Onwe Adeshino in October and appointed her the state's brand ambassador, also thanked Nigerians and the world for rallying behind her in her checkered journey to the pageant. Recall that although Chidinma had been resident in South Africa, she withdrew from Miss South Africa competition for lack of acceptance and the storm generated by her participation, and joined the Miss Universe Nigeria pageant, where she was crowned and went on to represent Nigeria at the just concluded 2024 Miss Universe pageant in Mexico, where she emerged first runner-up to Miss Denmark, Victoria Kea Thelvig, who clinched the crown on Sunday. In other news, the President's School Debates Nigeria, PSDN, has recommended the Enugu State debate team to represent the country at the World Schools Debate Championship, holding in Panama in July 2025. Conveying the nomination to the governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, the chairman of the National Advisory Board of Presidential Schools Debates Nigeria, PSDN, Usman Mohammed, said the development was sequel to Team Enugu's impressive outing at the last debate for secondary schools, where they emerged the overall best. Meanwhile, the Enugu State contingent, which had emerged victorious in Abuja, is made up of Emanuela Chukwuma of Holy Rosary College, Enugu, Chiamaka Okuibe of Queen's School, Enugu, Goodness Chinedu Chiemeria of St. Patrick's College, MN Enugu, and Chibuikem Okadike of the College of Immaculate Conception, CIC, Enugu. Recall that while receiving Team Enugu at the Government House in September, Governor Mba awarded scholarships up to university level to the contingent, in addition to cash awards, saying the team's victory in Abuja showed that his administration's investment in education was paying off, which is 33% of the state's 521.5 billion naira 2024 budget, the highest in the entire country. The Labour Party, LP, has suspended the current Senator representing Enugu East Senatorial Zone, Senator Kevin Chukwu, as a member of the party. This was contained in a letter signed by the chairman of the party in Amore Ward and addressed to the chairman of the party in Enugu State through the local government chairman. Senator Chukwu was suspended by his Amore Ward executives based on alleged anti-party activities and insubordination. Moving away from the southeast down to the southwest region, where the Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has been declared the winner of Saturday's governorship election in the state. He was returned elected by the Independent National Electoral Commission after winning the governorship poll in all 18 local government areas of the state. In the final declaration of the results by the state returning officer, Professor Olayemi Akinwumi, said the All Progressives Congress candidate Ayedatiwa polled a total of 366,781 votes to defeat Abola Ajayi of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), who got 117,845 votes. Professor Akinwumi noted that Ayedatiwa scored the majority of the valid votes on the poll and subsequently returned him elected. It's time for a short break. Now when we return, we'll have stories from the national scene. Stay with us.
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does Nzenoso mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6 p.m., if you want to know more on libations, as I have a conversation with different people from all walks of life who common thread is being Igbo, or doing business with the Igbo, or living in Igbo land. What does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? Cheers. And, I need to do this. Let me pour to our ancestors.
New week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Assalamu alaikum jama'a, sunana mai martaba sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo. Ina kallon Afia TV kuma ina jaddada ma jama'an mu su dinga kallon Afia TV. Allah ya taimake su a aikin da suke na kyau. Inda ba yake nemo no afambo His Royal Highness sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo an ma watch Afia TV na kwado kwandibu. Inda ba yi ne ka hana watch Afia TV. Afia TV na mofima dalono.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Thanks for staying tuned on Afia TV News today. We are reaching you live from Enugu, Southeast Nigeria. My name is Alex Obodo. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, to attend the 19th Heads of State and Government Summit of the Group of 20 G20, slated for November 18th and 19th. According to a statement by the presidency by Ambassador Breno Costa of the Ministry of External Relations of Brazil. President Tinubu is expected to hold bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the summit in the advancement of Nigeria's socio-economic reforms. Meanwhile, the summit, at the instance of Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, will bring together leaders from the world's largest economies to discuss critical global issues. In a separate development, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has called for the appointment of a credible leadership for the Independent National Electoral Commission at all levels for electoral integrity. He made the call over the weekend at the Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum at the Yale University, New Haven, Connecticut, United States. Obasanjo stated that Nigerians must ensure that the INEC chairman and his staff were thoroughly vetted, adding that the vetting exercise should yield dispassionate, non-partisan actors with impeccable reputations. The former president maintained that Nigeria must put in place post-election audits and transparent processes that builds trust and comfort for all stakeholders and voters. Away from that now, the People's Democratic Party has faulted President Bola Tinubu for decorating the visiting Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the Nigeria's second highest national honor of the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. The Deputy National Youth Leader of the PDP, Timothy Osadolo, described the president's action as misplaced priority. Osadolo emphasized that though the president has the right and prerogative to confer a national honor on anybody, there must be criteria to show that they deserve it. Meanwhile, the PDP's criticism comes a few hours after President Tinubu conferred Modi with the highest honor in the land during the Nigeria-India bilateral meeting Villa, Abuja. And still on the national scene, the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board has commenced the accreditation of computer-based test centers ahead of the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. JAMB's Public Communications Advisor, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, who disclosed this in a statement on Sunday, noted that the accreditation process is a crucial step in preparation for the annual examination. Dr. Benjamin added that established centers that were successfully accredited and participated in the 2024 UTME without issues are required to register their interest via the Center Management System portal. He said the physical accreditation exercise is scheduled to begin on December 2024, with only qualifying centers receiving notifications regarding the dates. And now to business news. The management of Eco Electricity Distribution Company, EKEDC, has denied it extorting customers over the ongoing 2-meter upgrade, insisting the program was free for its customers. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, warned the distribution companies, DISCOs, to cease all activities related to the planned replacement of Unistar meters. Meanwhile, EKEDC, which had earlier announced a deadline for customers to switch all meters to STS2 platform to continue recharging their meters, noticed that some operatives were requesting money from unsuspecting citizens for the upgrade, and therefore restated that the STS2 meter upgrade is free and citizens should not offer any financial gratification or other forms of gratification to anyone in the process of upgrading their meters to the STS2 platform. And still in business news, and outside of Nigeria, Zimbabwe's Finance Minister Mutlin Chube has commended the country for its resilience as it grapples with the worst drought it has faced in 40 years and limited access to international financing. He expressed an optimistic look for the economy and the effective domestic resource management and agricultural reforms that are helping to grow the economy. Speaking on the recent performance of the Zimbabwe Gold, ZiG, Nkube described it as a stable currency underpinned by the nation's strong reserves, noting that the local currency has strengthened against the US dollar, signaling improved economic fundamentals. He further remained hopeful about the possibility of the ZiG replacing the US dollar in the country, but failed to disclose a timeline. And lastly, on business news, the European Consumer Association has considered that Meta, Apple and Google still have to improve the interoperability of their platform to third-party business to comply with EU flagship regulation on digital markets and the May. While acknowledging that they have taken certain steps to meet the new rules, the BEUC calls on the Commission to look further into several remaining obstacles to opening up the platform's ecosystems to consumers. The association considered that in order to assess the full compliance of Meta with the DMA when it comes to the interoperability of WhatsApp and Messenger with third-party instant messaging services, the company should carry out live testing on users to see if they can effectively make genuine informed choices on interoperability. It's time for another break, and when we return, we have stories from the international scene and the exciting world of sports. Stay with us.
Homecoming event happening near you this week. For more information about these events, visit www.afiahomecoming.com. For inquiries and sponsorship, call 0703 645 5315. Come home and make memories. Homecoming event happening near you this week. For more information about these events, visit www.afiahomecoming. Inquiries and sponsorship, call 0703 645 5315. Come home and make memories.
You're welcome back to News Today here on Afia TV. My name is Alex Obodo. To the foreign scene now, where Bangladesh's interim leader, Mohammad Yunus, has appealed for the nation's patience, pledging that general elections would be held after electoral and institutional reforms were completed. Yunus, who was tasked with leading the transitional government following the ouster of Prime Minister Hasina in August, promised that he will hold a much-anticipated election once the necessary and essential reforms are complete. The 84-year-old leader vowed that an election commission would be formed within a few days, but did not provide a specific timeline for elections. Recall that Yunus was appointed chief advisor on August 9th, following student-led protests that ended Hasina's authoritarian rule. Our report says outgoing United States President Joe Biden will allow Ukraine to use US-provided weapons to strike inside Russia. The news came hours after Ukraine announced nationwide emergency power restrictions from Monday after Russia's massive attack, which killed 11 civilians and further damaged the country's already fragile energy grid. According to the report, the major policy shift long demanded by Ukraine was in response to North Korea deploying troops to help Moscow's war efforts. Front, Pope Francis has called for an investigation to determine whether Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, tackling the issue for the first time in excerpts from an upcoming book. In excerpts published on Sunday by the Italian daily La Stampa, the Pope said what is happening in Gaza has the characteristics of a genocide. Meanwhile, the book by Hernan Reyes, Al-Said, and based on interviews with the Pope, is entitled Hope Never Disappoints. Pilgrims Towards a Better World will be released on Tuesday ahead of the Pope's 2025 year-long jubilee, which is expected to bring more than 30 million pilgrims to Rome to celebrate. In the world of sports, Ikorodu City FC got their rights after securing the maximum points of Shooting Stars in their first Southwest derby in the Nigerian top flight. The Oga boys came from a goal down to beat 3S in a thrilling affair decided at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena on Nikon, Lagos. On their return to the Sani Abacha Stadium, Kano Pillars were held to a 2-2 draw with Heartland FC. Abia Warriors and Enyimba FC shared 1-1 in their derby, while Kwara United defeated Plateau United 2-0 in Lorry. Similarly, the battle of the heavyweights in Ikene between Remo Stars and Rivers United ended goalless, while Rangers International beat Bendel Insurance in a 5-goal thriller in Enugu. And lastly, in sports, the Confederation of African Football has released the list of the match officials for the final games of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Nigeria Super Eagles will host the Amavubi of Rwanda on Monday, and the Moroccan official Samir Guzaz has been appointed to be in charge of the game, slated for Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo at 5 p.m. Nigeria time. Super Eagles, who has sealed its qualification, is currently leading the group with 11 points, while Rwanda is in third position with 5 points. And now our special report, which is what is the level of preparedness for the Aba International Trade Fair coming up on the 28th of this month. This is a question for the organizers following a visit to the venue for the 10-day event by Emmanuel Wazwe, Afia TV Bureau Chief in Abia State. Here is the report.
I am very delighted to welcome all of you, distinguished friends and partners from the local and international media organizations. Let me specially thank you for offering to be part of this World Press Conference, where we will be providing important updates on the extent of our preparations for the forthcoming 2024 Aba International Trade Fair, which, as you know, will commence on the 28th of November and runs till December 7th at the Aba Mega Mall, located along the Aba-Port Harcourt Expressway.
That was Engineer Ikechukwu Emetu, Abia State's Deputy Governor, addressing a press conference on Wednesday, 13th November, concerning the 2024 Aba International Trade Fair. Furthermore, the Deputy Governor made a firm commitment to the outcome of the event.
During the press conference in September, it was announced that this year's Aba Trade Fair will be jointly hosted by the Abia State Government and the Aba Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, ASIMA, and will be done on an international scale as we welcoming the global business community in Enyimba City, just in time of the Yuletide shopping activities and expected influx of our people from various parts of the world to the state for the end of the year festivities and reunions. I would like to assure everyone that our commitment to working with ASIMA and other partners to deliver first of its kind event remains firm.
On the same day, barely 15 days away from the D-Day, we paid a visit to the announced venue, the Aba Mega Mall, to see the state of things. This is the Aba Mega Mall, the venue of the 10-day event of Aba International Trade Fair that will be taking place here from the 28th of November through 7th of December 2024. It is expected that this place will be booming with people, business owners, and of course entrepreneurs that will be coming here to showcase their wares in the next couple of days from now. How prepared are the organizers to ensure that this place, as it is, with thorn bushes and all that, will be cleared and made ready for that very day? Let's take a tour of this chain of beautifully designed edifices sitting on a mass expanse of land. Ironically, from building to building, dilapidation and abandonment stared one in the face. It did not matter that the weather was hot and dry, but the walls of the structures exhibited visible water stains and damped patches, indicating leakage from the roofing whenever it rains. These signs suggest poor waterproofing or compromised roof integrity, allowing water to seep through and saturate the walls. They also put a question mark on the overall integrity of the entire structure, further asking how safe it is to do business here. Though the Aba Mega Mall is a private property funded by a commercial bank, one of the owners whom we met in the course of this report declined to speak on the state of the property. However, while the structures here require an intentional rehabilitation, it may be safer to host the forthcoming Aba International Trade Fair on the outer spaces. What we have shown you is exactly what we met on ground, hoping that miracle will be happening from now till the set date. From Aba, Emmanuel Wazwe reporting for Afia TV.
Thank you, Emmanuel Wazwe, for that fact-finding report there. But there'll be more to come here on the news today. That's after the break. We will be having a discussion. This time we'll find out the saga where Ohaneze youth are denying that they did not endorse Atiku for president. But 2027 is far away. We'll be discussing the politics of endorsements in Ohaneze. Stay with us after the break.
Time check is 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibe and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, the show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.
Join us on Gyno Plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17, where we will delve into health issues affecting girls and women in society.
Breastfeeding doesn't even cause breast size.
The frequency of breastfeeding means
to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did sing.
For real.
You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do.
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does Nzen also mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6 p.m., if you want to know more on libations, as I have a conversation with different people from all walks of life who common thread is being Igbo, doing business with Igbo, or living in Igbo land. What does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? Cheers. And, I need to do this. Let me pour to our ancestors.
It's a brand new week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Assalamu alaikum jama'a, sunana mai martaba sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo. Ina kallon Afia TV kuma ina jaddada ma jama'an mu su dinga kallon Afia TV. Allah ya taimake su a aikin da suke na kyau. Inda ba yake ne mu no afambo His Royal Highness Sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo. An ma watch Afia TV na kwado kwandibu. Inda ba ni ne ka hana watch Afia TV. Afia TV na mo ofima dalono.
check. It's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
You're welcome back to the news. Today, the discussion segment is here now, and at this time we're discussing the Ohaneze Youth Council's denial of endorsing Atiku Abubakar for president in 2027, and then it raises some questions. Why would you endorse someone? We're just in 2024. Why so early in the day? Why should it matter? What is it about endorsement so early in the day? And we'll be talking about these and more things concerning Ohaneze Ndigbo and the politics around its leadership. I am joined this afternoon on the News Today segment of our discussion by Mazi Bismarck Oji. He is the convener of the Southeast Good Governance Project, SIGUP. Thank you so much, Mazi Bismarck Oji, for joining me.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, so I guess the question would be, were you surprised to hear that Ohaneze Youth Wing were denying endorsing Atiku for president? So, which possibly means the saying goes that there is no smoke without fire.
Anyway, thank you. Firstly, apart from being the governor of Southeast Governance Project, I've also been involved in Ohaneze since February 2000. I've had various offices and I'm a stakeholder at the national level. So I'm surprised hearing this news this early in the day. Normally, if you have to talk of endorsements, it should be by the parent body, not by any youth wing. You know, Alex, I remember between 2006 and 2009, when myself, I was the National Youth Law for Ohaneze Ndigbo. The then President General, Dr. Dose Ikedife, that this proverb used to tell me whenever I watch for action. It tells me that the tail does not wag the dog. So this current gale of endorsements by whichever faction of the youth wing is like the tail trying to wag the dog. And it's not supposed to be the case. Yes, Ohaneze endorses presidential candidates. That has been the tradition. But it is by the parent body. You think it's an arm of the parent body. And as Dr. Ikedife used to tell me, the tail does not wag the dog. So the owners do not lie on the youth wing to endorse a presidential candidate, whoever that may be. Of course, it's so early in the day. And I'm surprised that Atiku wants to be endorsed for president again. Anyway, it goes to prove a point. I know this is 2024, right? In 2019, I collaborated with several other Igbo leaders when they came to endorse Atiku at Nika Lake. I told them no, that is an aberration. That Atiku cannot come here to brainwash us. What does he believe in? And they said no, we should endorse him because our brother Toby is his running mate. I asked them on what conditions, what did we discuss with Atiku? What is he bringing to the table? Said restructuring. I told them I can't trust Atiku. Well, I remember what our brother Tony said, how they took a proposal to Atiku on restructuring and he hijacked it. I'm saying this on the public domain. I told them Atiku is not to be trusted. They said no, because Atiku has picked our brother Toby. By the time Atiku says he will do one term, Toby will run. I told them, can we be that naive? Whoever has done one term in Nigeria, instead people want to do 3 terms if possible. Told them that can't work, that Atiku can be trusted. Besides, we have Igbos who are already there, like George Mohalo. You know, that they ought to be given the right of first refusal.
All right. So I understand the analysis you are making, but then the issue here is that it's a bit too early. We haven't even, some people who were elected in the last election, they haven't done a thing for their people. And here we are, some people are endorsing other individuals for president. And then going in the direction of the analysis you've had now, the Southeast are clamoring to produce a president in Nigeria. Isn't it about time? Does it make sense to endorse anybody from another zone other than from the Southeast?
Anyway, as I said before, this whole thing, of course, it is premature. And I see it as some kind of a juvenile prank. You know, and I'm surprised that Atiku himself is also part of this prank to be accepting endorsement by so-called Ohanaeze youth wing, whichever fashion that may be. It's uncalled for. As I said, normally, the tail does not wag the dog. The youth wing of Ohanaeze, which I've led in the past, is an arm of the parent body and has no reason to go on any such journey at all. And as you rightly said, it's too early in the day. I'm even surprised that Atiku wants to be endorsed. So he wants to contest for president again in 2027. Anyway, I'm just saying it proves some of us right. As I said, Alex, in 2019, when Ohanaeze, that was what led to the crisis in Ohanaeze then, when some insisted on trying to endorse Atiku. And we asked why. He said because he has a brother to be as running mate. But we said no, there must be some discussions that such endorsement was premature. That led some people to turn around and endorse Buhari. I can tell you that is the genesis of the crisis we have in Ohanaeze. Till date, that first endorsement, after maybe money changed hands, I don't know whether I should be changing, but it was terrible. It was terrible. The endorsement was uncalled for. Now Atiku has shown he can't be trusted. I wish those elders that led the endorsement, I won't call them their name today, I wish they should come and apologize to Atiku. But they led us in the wrong direction, saying that Atiku has our brother to be as running mate, so we should endorse him. And then we asked them, what and what have you discussed with this man? They said it's church. And I said, no. What are the terms? It should be in writing. You can't just say because he has to be as running mate that after 1 tenure, you hand over to me. Now you can see that even in 2027, Atiku wants to run again. Those are elders. They caused the crisis we have in Ohanaeze by that premature, uncalled for endorsement of Atiku.
Yes.
That day at the Indica Lake, I'm coming, sir.
Yes.
Even for most people, because that was the day Buhari opened 6 Muslim at Onitsha. You know, and then most of the Igbos who are in government then, like Senator Chris Ngige and others, they urged that it should be shifted so that they can go and come back. But it was put there so that maybe not to allow them to participate. They spent all the way from Onitsha to Enugu. Most of them were just outside the hall in Nicolake before they could enter. Immobil meetings normally takes 3 hours, but that one took barely 30 minutes. Barely 30 minutes, and they said they've endorsed Atiku. That endorsement is what has caused the crisis we have in Ohanaeze. Till date, I wish those elders can come out and apologize to Ndibo. That Atiku still wants to run again in 2027.
Yes.
It's a tragedy that could have been avoided.
Great. We have barely 3 minutes to go now, but I would like to get your thoughts on the steps Ohanaeze will take in producing its next leadership. With Alhaji Jemba having he's now dead and buried in his hometown, Ikeduru. So we are looking forward to having another President General of Ohanaeze and Igbo. First of all, who do you think it should be, and where will the person come from? We'll have about 3 minutes to go.
Okay, thank you. The Ohanaeze Constitution has been in operation since 2004 and thereabout. States that is post of president leadership should go around the 7 Igbo-speaking states in alphabetical order, starting from Iruku in 2002. From that, he went to Ikedife, that's Anambra. From Anambra, went to Delta, Rafuwechi. From Delta to Ebonyi, Igaliwe, to Enugu, Nyanwodo, to Imo, and during the time of Imo, we saw some very fantastic things that happened. Like we saw two president generals, so to speak, tie on their seats. But be that as it may, we will thank God for everything. By January, it will be the turn of Rivers State. Surprisingly, we are hearing some people now say, no, Rivers, they don't have Igbos. We should jump them and go back to Abia. I want to send this note of warning. Whoever is organizing such wants there to be crisis in Igbo land. And I think it's terrible. Because it is clear in the Constitution. Rivers is the last state. Rivers State, I was there on the 11th of April 2014 when the Rivers State chapter of Ohanese was inaugurated at the Liberation Stadium, Port Harcourt. All the local government who have Igbos, they were all fully presented. Then the president of Ohanese Rivers State was Prince Ikochukwu Paramba. The then Ohanese Deputy Secretary General Isaac Wong was from Rivers State. So Rivers produced a Deputy Secretary General. Rivers also produced a Secretary General in the person of Arresta Uche Okoko, who is an Igbo man who has paid his dues right from the days of Mason as a Mason breaker ambassador was Rike. Now it's their turn to produce President General. Some people who hate Igbo now say no, that Rivers people, they are not Igbos again. I just urge them to avoid that tragedy because both Ojukwu, also all the Igbo leaders will start to pursue them in their dreams until they stop that their terrible scheme, which will cause chaos in Igbo land. Yes, that will heal the wounds of the past. Great. You cannot turn around and tell a Rivers man that is not Igbo, which means you want to tell those from there that they're not Igbo again. It's unfortunate because that's trying to confirm that we are just in a circle. Igbo land goes beyond the southeast, and we should follow the constitution so we can have peace in Igbo land and we'll move ahead as others.
You know what, Mazi Big Smack Oji, we will be discussing more on this subject another time because right now we are totally out of time and I have to appreciate your contribution on this discussion this afternoon. Mazi Big Smack Oji,
thank you. It's my pleasure.
Convener of the Southeast Good Governance Project, SEGOP. Thank you so much. And as you can see, he's well versed on Ohanese affairs. That's the news today, but before we go, here's another look at our top stories. Governor Peter Mbah has congratulated Enugu State-born Miss Universe Nigeria, Chidimma Adeshina. And President Tinubu has arrived Brazil to attend the 19th Heads of State and Government Summit. On business news, Eco Electricity Distribution Company has denied extorting customers. On the foreign scene, Bangladeshi interim leader Yunus has appealed for election roadmap after reforms. Thank you for watching the news today. Do follow us on all our social media platforms at Afia TV Official. My name is Alex Obodo. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, Your savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
An incompetent means an incompetent person.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex for grades in Nigerian universities?
This very issue of owing salary should be criminalized.
How can they amplify their voices?
People don't have evidence.
You want to get to know about it? Have to stay tuned right here on Afia Morning Show to get the pulse and the feel of that.